Hello everyone, this is Dion. Oops, I don't hear my audio. So I'm not live. There you go. Hello everyone, this is Dion Soul. I hope everyone is doing well. And as you see, I am currently just trying to make things work. And it looks like I got about a 15-second delay. I just thought I would just stream just for the fun of it. And I need to type into the chat, hello all, even though I won't be doing much of typing in the chat, unfortunately. But I've been having a hell of a time all morning trying to get my YouTube to work, and I found out that for some reason my settings was set at IP6 instead of IP4, and now that's set at IP4 default. Now it's working. So again, we're all good to go. We're all rocking and rolling. So let's go ahead and just have some fun. So like I say, this is an impromptu stream. Vulkan is activated. I'm currently sitting in South Dakota area, and I'm just going to do an FS economy flight and just make things happen. So without further ado here, let me go ahead and start the airplane. Now what happened was I was trying to go through all this process and setting everything up. So we're just going to go to takeoff mode, and then I'm going to go ahead and restart my FS economy flight so we can get going. So again, this is a improv, let's just go fly. It's Saturday. Oh, they want me to actually change the bit rate down to 4500. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know how that's gonna work. We recommend 4500, huh? Well, how can you change the bit rate when you're streaming? All right, well then I'm going to stop the stream real quick, and then I will come right back. Maybe it'll just continue where I left off. So anyway, I'll be right back. So I'm going to stop this again. Okay, now I'm at 4500, and let's see if I am back. We'll see how that plays. Now, let me check something here real quick. Like I say, this is impromptu. I'll probably put this on my secondary channel once I am done, so I don't screw up the this YouTube channel algorithm, which doesn't really matter because I don't make any money at this anyway. But I can like, subscribe, donate. Well, it says I'm live on my phone. And do I hear myself? I'll probably put this on my secondary channel. Yeah. It's actually working. Cool. Now on my phone, I can't tell the quality. Okay. So I guess we're working. All right, fine. My phone says we're working, so I guess we're working. Let's go fly. That's the only reason why I'm doing this video right now, is just to go fly and have some fun. Impromptu, unprofessional, all that happy stuff. So let's do this. So what we need to do is I need to go ahead and get in here into the GTN 750, and I'm just going to do a direct to, and I need to minimize my observation and go over. We're going to KCKN. So KC S D. No, that's not where I'm going. That's where. Sorry, I'm multitasking here. KCK N. Okay. All right, fine. Let's do this. Okay, so that's where we're going. We need to know. And this is an FS economy flight, and I need to get this back. So this is definitely on the whim. Okay, we'll just reset that. Go there. That's where we are. This is where we're going. Very good. I didn't even bother to check the ATIS. Please parking brake. Let's just go. Like I say again, this is not for real, or not for real, meaning it's not. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to set my active sky. That's what I forgot to do. As I'm going off the
approaching
runway
2-1.
Okay, there's active sky. Active sky is now working. Now I'll probably get all kinds of clouds. Or at least tell me which way the wind's going anyway. Active sky says our winds, our altimeter is 3025.
Speed 25 knots.
No. Speed 160.
Speed 160 knots.
Altimeter 3025.
Altimeter 3025.
And we are going 255 miles. That's one thing I cannot keep track of the chat, which is a downside. Very well. All right, we're there. Goes around. So we're looking good. All right. And heading is 256. Alrighty. Hey. Like I said, this is just a impromptu flight. Flops 1. And altitude, I got it at 10,000 feet, so altitude 28,000 feet.
Altitude
On runway
20,000
feet. 2,700 feet remaining.
Okay. We have absolutely no wind, so I'm just going to go down here, spin around, and we'll go. And that's what we will do. So not much has changed. Just flying FS economy, and actually got rid of the Falcon 50. And getting rid of the Falcon 50 allowed me to be able to do shorter flights because the Falcon 50 also has a high overhead in cost. And so went on repairs and whatnot. So I elected to get rid of. Oh, look at there. The SOC is. We're going to be going exactly opposite. Great. The Falcon 50 just costs more money, and so just got rid of that and said, you know what, screw that. We'll just go ahead and get something smaller. So I built up enough cash and got the King Air 350, and so now we're flying the Airfoil Labs King Air 350 and doing FS economy flights and just having a good old time. So we're going to take off here in just a second, and we'll make the rounds.
100 remaining. On runway 21.
All right, so we got that set up and ready to go. I don't know how good the quality is. YouTube says everything's fine, so cool. Let's just go ahead and hit it. Need to put our pitch trim to where it needs to be, which is right about there. Make sure everything else is going. All looks good, looks good. All right, let's hit it. Here we go.
Airspeed alive. 60 knots. Positive rate. Gear off 2.
Flaps up.
Flaps going up all the way.
Gear up.
Landing gear going up.
Flaps indicates up. Attitudes check. Gear indicates up.
And we are going to the stars. Autopilot on.
Autopilot on.
That speed back down. And let's see if we don't get a crash desktop. Which we probably won't this time. Well, I shouldn't say that because anything can happen. What I found so far with Vulkan, since I've using Vulkan, what's not working is so far as for me is global traffic. Global traffic is not working, which is most unfortunate. And I'm seeing that it's the autopilot is not kicking in. But we'll go ahead and do that now. Indicated airspeed is looking good. Heading off. We don't need heading. And I need to switch. There we go. Now we should head to our destination. We can go through our settings here. Everything looks good. All right. And now we'll see if it doesn't get, if I don't get a crash desktop. Let's go ahead and get the Discord in here and see if Mr. Bug Eater 64 is in the house. I don't know if I should be streaming. Maybe everything's fine. Everything says connection's excellent. Everything is fine. Everything looks good. Okay. Dion, your premiere was there and suddenly was gone. Uh-oh. I'm not surprised. I have no idea why
Altimeter setting.
YouTube does this thing. Altimeter 29er2.
Altimeter 29er2.
Let me see if my, I'm not streaming now. Close. Messages, I don't care. YouTube. Close. Watching videos, I don't give a crap about that. Okay, I was there. Okay, no, I'm live now. Right on my phone, I'm live. Alright, well, according to my phone, I'm live. My phone, I'm live. According to my phone, I'm live, so there you go. Like I said, this is a very impromptu video, and just basically testing this out. I should redo this test. But like I said, the Vulkan seems to be fine, and there's where we took off from. and looking at my pretty plane. As we're doing these FS economy flights, just seeing what breaks. And I can hear myself talking on my phone, so I guess we do have audio. Very good. And it looks like the orthos are working. Need to back off on my power, as I'm over speeding. Says I got 2 people in the house. Well, hello to 2 people in the house. Definitely appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, this is totally improv video, as I said, and I'm just winging it right now. I do have my Discord action going on here, so that way if Bug Eater or Cajun Josh or Mr. McBride decides to pop in, you'll probably hear their voices. Yeah, YouTube said that they wanted me to reduce my bandwidth or my bit rate, so I knocked it down. We're doing a 4500, so I don't know how it's looking on your guys' side. Obviously on a phone it's fine. You know, it looks on a phone, it looks no problem. But on a desktop, however, I have no idea. YouTube said that they wanted me to... Let me go ahead and close my phone out here because I don't want to... My internet connection is sketchy as it is already. So, we're in the King Air 350. We're doing an FS economy flight. I need to jump over here. I got a list a bunch of jobs to do today, and as you can see, as they're over here in FS economy, we're getting our act together. And of course, now my wife's trying to give me a call as I'm streaming. That's the way it always works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize myself. I'm going to minimize myself real quick, and I'll answer this phone call, and I will be right back. And if I can... I am back. Hopefully everything is good. So anyway, we got a bunch of stuff going on here, and we'll just kind of make the best of it. And there's all of our stuff, and that's where we're going. We're going to KCKN, which is, if I can get this thing to load up here, Crookston, Minnesota. That's where we're heading. So we should be losing orthos here pretty soon, because I did make some orthos in the area, and you know, they're going to run out. So, but that's okay, because like I say again, we're just testing this, getting this thing going. This isn't a high quality stream anyway. This is just to make things happen. That. Turn on our prop sync and then try to get our props down. And let's go ahead and make sure everything is cleaned up. I'm sure this thing is to the roof right now. Yeah, I figured as much. Let's go ahead and put, let's see, where are we at, 20,000 feet? So we'll go 3,000 in here. Okay. Doing 240 knots over the ground, or indicated, and 319, something like that. 330 over the ground, so very good. So we are just cruising. So we got coffee for the working man. All is well. I tried to do a video yesterday, and because yesterday was the day after the release of Vulkan, and had the video all done. Everything was looking good. Everything was fine. But then I get a crash of desktop, and then when I went back to just restart the flight and finish it off, it was so out of sync, and I just had so much drama. I just gave up. And like I said, it was the reason why is because of some of the plugins. I had to get rid of my traffic plugins, so I have no traffic in the sim right now. Traffic, global traffic. I think it is global traffic or traffic global or whatever it's called. The high dollar $52 one I bought, that thing has not been very good for me. Not been very good at all. Now, what you can't see, that you won't be able to see, I'll have to take a screenshot of it and then or a picture of it, and then in post show it or something later on. But I did get the Honeycomb flight yoke, so now I have the Honeycomb flight yoke, and it is extremely different than the SciTech. The SciTech is just this is just night and day comparison. So much better. I did a flight last night that I was flying at night, and I landed in the using the Baron 58, and with the Reality Expansion Pack, which seems to be working, by the way, and landed in San Diego. And when I went to land, I landed it good enough, or so good that I actually got a dollar value increase with landing, because I landed that Baron so good. So I was pretty stoked about that, because I never got, with Reality Expansion Pack, getting an actual, like, I got $42 extra for landing under a certain criteria. So I was pretty stoked about that. So, but anyway, so we're just kind of just into cruise mode here. Nothing really to say or do. And I see people are popping in and out. I see one connection comes in and then it goes out, and then it comes in, then it goes out, which is kind of interesting. Because normally I don't do live streams, but every now and then. And like I say, again, that's like I said at the start of the video, that's just an impromptu video. Just go in, let's just see how we do. Get back in the saddle again on streaming and whatnot. And like I said, I do have another YouTube channel, and I think I'm going to follow suit. What most people do is they'll do a live stream on their main channel to get the views, and then use the alternate channel, actually take the live streams and put them in there, and just have your normal videos that you do offline. But for the kind of content that I provide, it may not be that much of a difference, and it to be that big of a deal. So. We are going at 358, so we are actually going at the right altitude for the direction that we're going. Well, that's good. I would play some music and everything else, but as soon as I play music, we get demonetized, or not demonetized. So we would, but I don't get any money anyway. I would the stream would stop, and because of the virus and everything that's going down, the bots would pick it up. So let's go to dash cam. I want to go get some more coffee, but I know what's going to happen. As soon as I go get some more coffee, then I will get something will happen when I'm gone. Let me say it that way. But it does say my connection is excellent, so that's good. Now let's see if this is working. Yeah, it says we're in spring season, so that is working. That's good. AviTab, AviTab, I can toggle it, but I didn't download they actually put it inside, which I really don't need anyway. But everything seems to be fine. Like I said, I did get rid of the traffic, so I have no traffic. And you can see we're coming up to a stark contrast between orthos and non-orthos over there. We're burning a lot of load here. Let me go ahead and get rid of the seat belts. Fine, everything looks good. I don't know how the sound. How's the sound coming in on the aircraft itself? Is it overpowered? Is it too low? You guys can let me know in the comments. In my ears, it's just fine, but. Go to my phone here real quick. Or actually, you know what? I'm gonna go to the over here, see if I can hear it. Go on my pad here. YouTube. Yes, I got a new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. I greatly appreciate that. Get lots and lots of monies. Be rich in this YouTube thing. I got $1 so far. Okay, so let's go to my channel and let's go to my channel there, and then let's see. It says I'm streaming now. It says 3 people are watching. Thank you very much. Greatly. Oh, there you go. I hear it. I hear audio, but I hear me. But do I hear the sound of the engines? Definitely hit that like button. I greatly appreciate that. So yeah, we are good. Very good. Doing the shakedown cruise on YouTube. It turned out really nice at my paint job. I don't know if you guys can hear over the sounds of the engine, but it turned out really well. I'm pretty happy about it. Very, very good. I guess I'll get my coffee when I land. How far am I away from landing? I'm 164 miles. It is nice to have the XHSI stuff, which basically I have another computer networked, and I have the XHSI, which is really designed for a 737 and those kind of aircraft. but you can. It does have software. The software's built into it where you can go from single engine aircraft all the way up to tri-engine or whatever, and it will recognize it and give you all the data. It's not exactly accurate because I do see some discrepancies between what it says in the sim and then what it says here. You know, when you're not using a 737, so, but it's close enough. And I do hear somebody coming in the house.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Peachy.
Is the sound and everything looking good on your end?
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Yeah, because it told me to go down to 4,500 bits or bandwidth instead of the 6,000 or the 8. Let's take that back, 8,000 that I had originally set. And so I went down, and I was afraid I was going to lose quality on the stream. But as long as this looks good on your side, it's all that matters.
Yep, it's looking quite well. I had a very nice flight today in the. I rented a Bell 412 and did a mission.
Uh-huh.
And after all the expenses, made about $27,000.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I'm only going to make 30,000 with this one, and I'm having to do a lot of hoops. But, you know, that's all right. You know, I got 4 people watching. Very nice. Thank you all for stopping by. Definitely like, subscribe, and all that other happy stuff. If you're new to the channel, I greatly appreciate it. Trying to build this YouTube channel up to become a ruler of all YouTube. Ha ha ha. In the flight simulation world.
So, how are your frame rates with the Vulkan?
So far, frame rates have been all right. Let me go back over here and turn it on real quick, and so you're gonna see the sim go crazy. But you know, in the 30s, you know, 20s, 30s. If I go into LA, you know, like I said, you know, earlier in the video, when I did my flight last night, and went from LA or from Palmdale or Lancaster down to San Diego. I went to KSEE in the Baron 58, and it was stuttering here and there. But again, I'm running a potato, so you know, I'm running an older computer, but I'm doing fine. You know, it's working.
Yeah, I actually had more problems with stutter from my OBS in yesterday's flight. Yeah. It keeps telling me it didn't do it today in the helicopter flight, but in the DC-3 yesterday, it was encoder overload.
Wow.
So,
wow.
I don't know what was going on with that.
Yeah.
But in the sim, yesterday I had all my settings pretty well maxed.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I made some adjustments yesterday on the second half of the flight, and today in the Bell 412, didn't have any problems at all with OBS or the sim. Other than the Bell 412, I cannot turn on my external power. So
that's weird.
Yeah. Plus, my throttle in the helicopter does not work with my HOTAS. I have to do it manually inside the sim.
Well, yeah, I know the little glitches here and there. My Traffic Global program doesn't work, so that's out. I haven't been able to produce any traffic at all, so I'm running trafficless now. And then I'm noticing on the forums, on the xplane.org forums, that the live traffic, you know, the freeware live traffic plugin is not working. I don't know about world traffic. I think world traffic, I don't know, I haven't loaded it. I'll have to reinstall world traffic and see if I can get traffic that way. But that's expected. I mean, hey, this is the first version of you know, we're in a beta 1, so Vulkan, so I expect a lot of things to be broke, and that's fine.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, it's like whatever. But on my side, like I said, there's some things when you get out here in these remote areas, then all is well. You know, there's no issues at all. You know, everything's fine, everything's rocking. You know, no problems at all. But when I get into big cities, is the only time that I actually start getting, you know, bad frame rates. But that's just because I have every, you know, you can see. Let me go over here to my settings real quick, just for everybody to see that. Yeah, I got everything maxed out except for a reflection detail and anti-aliasing. But I maxed out everything else, and I'm seen to, you know, be just fine. And I do have my.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way. I've got my reflections turned down to the lowest setting, and my anti-aliasing is down to 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
And everything, like I say, everything else is maxed, and it's running extremely well. Highly populated areas. Yesterday in the DC3, I was getting, you know, frames in the 30s, which, you know, it runs very smooth in the 30s.
Right.
The Bell 412 today, after I made the changes to my settings, my average frame rate was in the 80s.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Yep. So that's good. Can't complain. This port right here, you know, this is the boring part. You know, it's kind of just cruising. Still got 126 nautical miles to go. But like I said, I had to, you know, switching back to the flight yoke, the Honeycomb. It's because it's taller than the SciTech. I actually had to be creative in my desk to make it work. I just can't set it like a normal person. I just can't set it on top of the desk because I have so many other things on my desk. So I had to put it underneath where your keyboard would go, because this is an older desk that's at least 8-10 years old. And so I had to take the tracks that the slide drawer slides out, that this thing attaches to, move it down 1.5 inches. Then once I moved it down to 1.5 inches, then I'm able to slide the Honeycomb right underneath it, and everything works great.
It's fine.
So.
I have to wait until you're actually streaming to find out that you got your new Honeycomb.
Oh, sorry. Sorry,
Totally unacceptable.
I thought I said it already, but oh well, my bad.
Gonna have you flogged.
But I was gonna do an unboxing and the whole bit, but I thought, well, you know what? Everybody else has done that, and it's the same thing. It's just taking it out of the box, and of course mine was more creative, because what I ended up having to do with the Honeycomb is I actually had to, like I said, lower the desk down, or the thing that it attaches to make it fit underneath. And then once I was able to do that, so I had to do some carpentry work to make that happen. But once I did that, then I still wanted my throttle quadrant, my 6-pack throttle quadrant, or 6-lever throttle quadrant. So I actually had to, I still have the SciTech yoke still connected into the sim. I just deleted everything, so the only thing it controls is the throttle quadrant that comes with the that flight yoke. So I have everything else, you know, deselected, and that was a pain in the butt. And then of course I have multiple settings. You know, I've got the regular single engine operations, twin engine operations, and then twin engine operations with reversers for a turboprop, and then jets. So I have all these different combinations in X-Plane to set all that up. So I had to make sure that every one of those did not have that SciTech yoke active other than the throttle quadrant. So that was a pain in the butt, but I got it all worked out, got it working, and I got my nose trim working that I've had since day one, you know. And so it's all working, but it's, like I said, you know, it's pretty nice. It's pretty sweet. It's, you know, it's actually a lot stiffer than you know, by a mile, by a country mile. It's a lot stiffer, you know, pushing the yoke forward and backward, but which is fine, you know. It's just something I have to get used to over time. But like I say, the yoke,
It's
Honeycomb's
probably more like a real world yoke than
Yeah.
you're used to.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said in a text that I did over on Sporty's website or Sporty's YouTube channel, the best yoke, hands down, what they were offering in that video was the Honeycomb by far, the most bang for your buck. I mean, they had a Redbird product there, and that Redbird product is like no, $900, and you don't get any buttons at all, you know, to be able to at least set up and go. So, you know, and then I saw Flight Chops when he set up his rig because he wanted to practice his approaches and landings and whatnot, and instrument stuff. He got a SciTech stuff, and it's just, now I don't know if he got it for free or he paid for it all. I don't know, but I saw that he had that SciTech stuff, and I was like, oh dude, don't get that. Because I would tell people now, unless you absolutely just can't afford the extra $80, I guess it is, or $100. 80, I think it's $80, $90. And I see my son's going to work now. Just like, you know, just get the Honeycomb yoke. If you want to run a yoke, just get the yoke and rock on. You know, if now, of course, like we've talked about before, Bill, I mean, the best of both worlds is actually just have the Warthog, and then that way you can fly it as a, you know, in anything, in any environment. But I like I said, you know the story behind mine. I got the yoke, and I'm happy with the yoke. I'm cool with it. We're running out of. We are running out of whatchamacallit? Orthos, yeah.
Yes, I see that familiar order.
And we are 95 miles away, so that means we'll probably be landing wherever the heck we're landing. I forgot it already. All these places are a blur. Crookston, Minnesota. I'm not familiar with Crookston, Minnesota at all. So, and like I said, this is just a shakedown flight anyway. I'm just trying to get back into streaming and making sure everything works and all that other happy stuff. So I don't expect to be let's go ahead and get the that set. I'll go ahead and turn on our comms radios. Might help if I have the comms radio on. But as long as I fly outside busy metropolitan areas, I'm good. You know, I'm not going to have. I'm going to have good frames. I'm going to have acceptable frame rates. Not going to be that much of a big deal. It's when you get into the big areas that, because I have everything set to the max, and you know, I'm going to have all that eye candy. If I don't have all the eye candy, what's the point of flying? I did notice that I need to come up with a light, so I can put the light behind the yoke so it can shine onto the buttons and switches, because at night when I'm flying and my wife's asleep, I can't see which button to turn on what that represents, you know, what I'm turning on, and when I'm flying at night. So I wish Honeycomb would have came up with some kind of little red LED on the back side of the yoke that would shine, that would splash light onto the buttons, and then that way you could see it. That would be good. Now, why do I got a caution light? Oh, that's interesting. My temperatures are okay. Is it just waking me up, letting me know to pay attention, I guess? I don't know. All looks good that I can tell. I got fuel.
It normally means there's something going on.
Yeah, I got something going on here that I don't know.
Check your electrics.
Everything is fine. I got load. I got amps, so we're all looking good here. I know I am coming up to 80 miles away, and I'm at 20,000 feet, so I should start to descend pretty soon.
Check oxygen pressures.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let me get rid of that. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, oxygen at 3,000 feet, and my pressurization is at 7 or at 6.5. So I'm all right there. Autopilot is going, so we're good there. Maybe it's just to let me know to say, hey, wake up, pay attention to what you're doing. Maybe that's all it is. Recognition lights on, strobes on, everything looks good. Beacon on. I don't have my pitos on, I just noticed. Been doing this whole flight without my pitos on, or my stall warning heat, because I am minus 15 degrees Celsius out there in the cold, so that's not good. And I definitely appreciate the likes. Definitely like, subscribe if you are new to the channel. I greatly appreciate it, as I'm trying to take over the world, one subscriber at a time. Oh, we're coming up. We're passing Fargo, so that's what that is out there. That's Fargo, North Dakota. Very cool. As you can barely see. Let me go to dash cam here. Fargo, North Dakota. Very nice. We're 70 miles away from our first destination. Our first victim of the day. Oh, very good. Igor, definitely very good that you, that's very cool. Yeah, that's a very sweet bird. Very nice airplane. I'll type in very nice, even though I can't type worth a crap. But yeah, I'm pretty. The only thing I found with this airplane, you know, with this model is that when you go outside, like I am right now, it's I have to hold down to be able to move around, because if I let go my bind button on my you know, it automatically snaps back, which is kind of weird. So then of course I just hold down the button and then move around the airplane, you know, that way. But my paint job turned out, I'm pretty happy with that paint job. I did. You know, it's just somebody else's paint job that I just modified, put my own colors. It was the Tux, T-U-X, the guy who painted the Tux airplane that I saw on the xplane.org, and then I just added my own branding and then changed the colors. Yeah, Vulkan, you're absolutely right. The Vulkan does doing pretty well. I am pretty happy with Vulkan. You know, other than the shadows is right. I did have a shadow mod that worked with OpenGL that would smooth out the edges. Let's see, how did you get the HSI on the radar like pictured? Well, here's the HSSI if you're referring to that, and that's just I might not be understanding what you're saying, because here you just got the arc and you got your settings. You might be meaning something else. You might be meaning this, and if you mean this, this is the Ither. ITHER over on the xplane.org. These are the GTN 750s. You can download that mod, and you can put up, you know, a dual GTN 750 configuration. I do have Reality XP GTN 750. Obviously, it works with Vulkan. It's working just fine. If this is what you're referring to, this is the GTN 750s, and I've been, I mean, this GTN 750 is awesome, you know. And I just noticed that my I gotta make up a squawk code because I am above 18,000 feet. Oopsie, my bad. And I also need to go back and put in my arc back in. There we go. Put my arc back in.
Crookston Muni Kirkwood FLD weather.
Oh, now we're starting to get close.
240 and 38. Visibility more than 10.
240.
Temperature 4. Dew point -21. Altimeter 3027.
3027. So 3027. So I need to start descending. That means I am 50 miles away. So we'll take it down to, we are going currently west, so let's go 4,500 feet. And I'll back off on my power here a little bit. Very good. Yeah, I just got mine, like I said yesterday, and I've been setting it up, trying to make it work. And so far, so good. You know, I've been pretty happy with it. I haven't flown the King Air in a while, so now I'm trying to re-familiarize myself with the King Air, and I'm just like anything else. I'll stumble and bumble. You know, go through the trial and error. Make mistakes, that kind of thing. The beauty of flight simulation is you can always hit reset when you fail. And that's good. And I learn and go on. Fuel quality is low. Yeah, I am kind of down on fuel, aren't I? So I'll just go ahead and just start descending here. You can see it got loud. Try to slow myself down. This bird really likes to glide. That's one thing about the King Air. I have the experimental flight model turned off right now. I did have it on, and I was flying just fine with it on. But like I said earlier, last night I was flying the Baron 58 with the Reality Expansion Pack, and the Reality Expansion Pack senses when you have the
altimeter setting,
the flight model on, and and so I had to turn it off for that, and so yeah, so it was. I had to fix that. Now let's see what we're going to do here. We're at 2.7 is where they want us to come in at, which is probably, which is interesting. Well, we're going to land at runway. I must have been tuned to the wrong frequency. Let's try that again. Well, it says, is this telling me to?
Crookston Muni Kirkwood FLD weather.
Oh, it says 250. It didn't tell me what runway. Okay.
Visibility more than
well, I'm not going to land on the grass.
Sky clear. Temperature 2.
So we'll run it.
-23. Altimeter 3027.
It really wants me to land on the grass, doesn't it? How short is that runway? That don't look like a very long runway.
Muni Kirkwood FLD weather. Wind 250 at 27. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 2.
I could land on the grass, I guess.
Altimeter 3027. Crookston Muni Kirkwood.
Not a good idea, but I could. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. This FS economy flight. Been having fun flying with FS economy. But I've had my FS economy account since 2015, so I've had it for a while. And I get bored with it, come back. Get bored with it, come back. I'm curious to know with Vulkan what doesn't work with it. And what I want to call you, PA for Sim, or for Tim? Is that what that is? I'm going to call you Tim. How's that? PA Tim. PA for Tim. I like that. PA for Tim. Very good. Yeah, unfortunately now we don't have any more orthos, so now we're just kind of generic scenery, which is most unfortunate. Unfortunately, I do have a nice long 15-second delay. Oh, very nice. Fred. Very good. Very good, Fred. I will call you Fred. Your name is now Fred. Yeah, we're going to be down at 4,500 feet a little early. I didn't look to see what the particulars of that airport was, because like I said, I'm not familiar with this airport at all. I'm going in totally naked on this one. I have no clue. I don't know how long. Okay, that runway's 2,900 feet. Ooh, that's a little scary. Guess I could do it. Got nothing to lose. See, all the data is on the regular. Well, we could have some fun with that. My totally expert flying skills, or lack thereof. All I know is I gotta land this airplane because I gotta get more coffee. And then when
that is a moral imperative.
Absolutely. And then when I'm in an intermission, I need to have a graphic that says intermission, and have some music in the background. Gives you a black screen and then crashes. That's interesting. Very interesting. Did you go through the, I'll go ahead and ask the question. Did you go through the process of having a, a second copy of X-Plane, because you are allowed to do that, and then just run it, outside? Yeah, what GPU do you have? What video card? You see, I'm running a GTX 1080 Founders Edition, and Mr. Bug Eater 64 is running. You're running 2080 Ti, aren't you? Didn't you pop for the big money on that one?
That's correct.
Yeah. Those government checks are handy. Well, we could try to land on the grass, but it's a very short runway. Is it going to be depicted the grass, though? That's the question. Fresh beta install. Yeah. When it comes to that sort of thing, like I said, I have a hard enough time with my machine just trying to keep mine going, and then try to troubleshoot others, and I don't know. I try. I help. I try what I can. Yeah, everything I have on my side, on my system, is all up to date. It's just that, again, I'm running a 4790 Intel that I bought in 2012, 2013, 2014, long in there somewhere, and that sort of thing. And mine's old. My video card's nice though, but Slow down a little bit more. We're at 4,700 feet. We are 11 nautical miles away. I think I'll do a pass. I'll just go right to the airport and get a lay of the land, and then I'll figure out where I want to land at. Get some speed back up. Keep my nose down so I can actually see. Not much to look at. We're still 10 miles away. Yeah, mine's a 3.6. The one that I have, that 4790, and it's not a K version, it's just a regular version. I was able to overclock it to 4 gigahertz on my machine, on my setup, but that's as much as I can get away with. I go more than that, I just get a crash because it doesn't have that. It wasn't designed to be a K, you know, it's not a K. So on my system, but I get by. Especially when I'm out here with no graphics or no nothing here. I'm just fine here out here. Yeah, NVIDIA had a drivers at what was it, the end of the month, end of March. They had an update, and I installed those for me. I installed those. Alright, now we are 5 miles away from the airport. Let me go back to the... I'm surprised I'm not seeing the airport. Aha! There! Uh-oh, it has nothing here. All it has is just runways, a flat... No, nobody's did anything with this airport. Oh well. Okay, time for combat landing. Go ahead and just turn off the go ahead and come on down. Fly a little bit out to bleed the airspeed because I got way too much airspeed right now. But this, like I say, this Honeycomb Yoke is far smoother. Well, so much better. I mean, I could sit here and wiggle my... I couldn't even wiggle my wings like this and have it be smooth at all. So we'll go out here a little bit. And we'll come on around and then... Yeah, I definitely have a major upgrade compared to that SciTech.
1,000 feet to minimums.
So now I'm going to concentrate on my landing here. Yes, I know you're barking at me. I'm going a little slow.
You know, the problem is you've got that new Honeycomb, which is going to remove your excuses.
Yes, it is. You're going to know how much of a sucky pilot I really am. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm cool with that. I'll get better over time. I'll get used to it, and then I'll become a master aviator eventually, someday.
So does that mean we're going to have to rewrite the Solus Wings landing map?
No, no. Our manifesto or whatever they call it still is put your head between your legs and kiss your butt goodbye.
Okay.
We still got to have that.
Yeah, I know it's a very short manual.
Yes, yes. Okay, fine. I'll put the gear down. Quit bugging me.
These bitchin' betties are so particular.
I know.
500 feet to minimums.
Yeah, I'm still losing power. Or still losing. So I guess I better get a little more juice back. And then recapture where the hell the airport is. Oh, it's right there! In all honesty, I did lose track of the airport. I don't see it anymore.
200 feet to minimums.
It's that way somewhere.
100 feet to minimums.
Okay, I see it now. I found the grass strip.
Minimums.
Come on, guys, stay above that blue line. Better get some flaps out.
Caution, taxiway. Caution, taxiway.
That's because I'm too low. I'm landing on a grass strip here. And I'll probably run off the runway.
100 feet. 50 feet.
Come on.
Caution, on taxiway. On taxiway.
150.
Knots.
So that was great landing, but
on runway
I should be doing better.
2,000 feet remaining.
That's okay.
Flaps,
I'll take it.
flaps.
Well, that was nerve-wracking.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with that.
No, I was expecting it to flip over and,
So
you know,
even though
cartwheel.
it was on the grass taxiway.
Yeah. Oh, you know, my dad is Harrison Ford. No, I'm just kidding. Got to keep landing on those taxiways in the family, you know. All right, so let's go over here. Unfortunately, we don't have anything here. This is one of those bare runways. So we'll just pick a spot and call it. All right, parking brake set. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn off engine number 2. Engine number 2, generator off. Now that should go up like crazy. And it does. Okay, now I can plug in this. Safely plug in the GPU. Get some power. Generator off, and we can get rid of engine number 1. Whether that was the correct procedure in doing that or not, I don't, but I just just do it anyway. Very good. So turnaround flight time. Okay, so now let's do a now I can't, unfortunately, with now one thing I will say, guys, that I've noticed is that when I try to do a replay, it will bork out. It will just bork out the thing, and then I have to restart the sim all over again. And to be honest with you, I don't remember that having a problem with the OpenGL version. But if I tried to go and like do a replay to show you guys the landing and everything, it would totally screw up the thing, and that would be the end of it. So that's why I'm not going to do it now, unfortunately, because I would do that sort of thing. But with this airplane,
yeah, it's interesting because I didn't have a problem with that today.
Yeah,
in my sim.
Yeah, with the 350.
No, with the
because the 350, see, you have all these states, cold and dark,
all
tech,
right,
these states. Well, for some reason, the way I don't know if they use SASL or whatever they use, it makes it so. I had this problem yesterday. Is that when I would try to go do a replay, if I turned everything off, like I have the 2 engines off right now, and like I'm ready to, disembark the passengers and whatnot, it would bork out, and that would be the end of it. So, which is kind of a bummer. Unless there's a particular way of doing it that I don't know, and then there's a particular set of procedures that you do to be able to retain it so it doesn't bork out. But that's been my so far. That was my two, and because I'm streaming, I didn't want to do it now, and I would also want to continue with the next job. So the next job.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
The next job is going to be... Oh, I got to stop it first. Okay, I go over here to do FS Economy. Where is my economy? Go over here, and I'm going to hit Finish Flight. And I think I have some leftovers. And then I'm going to close that, and then refresh the website. Okay, I got rid of some. And then I'm going to restart it again. Well, actually, I got to put some fuel in. So we still got... It's the way it's setting up here. It didn't have everybody go to 1 and drop off. It kind of halved them all, which is kind of a bummer. But I figured out what the hell. So like right now, I need to go to KJMS is our next one, and I'll be taking some of these back to FOSS. I'll be going to Jamestown Regional, North Dakota. So that's where I'm gonna. But that's just where I'm going. It's not the way you should do it. It's not as efficient, but I've already started. So what the hell? Okay, so with that, we are taking just a bunch of passengers, right? Yeah, we're just taking a bunch of passengers. So I'll just refill. I'll put in another 350 gallons of fuel. Do we have it to buy? Yeah, we do. So I'll go 350. That will let me take care of a few flights and not have to fill for a while. And there we go, 350. And then that log, see, I didn't make very much. I only made $3,000 on that one, on that job right there. So I didn't make very much cash on that one, and that's fine, As long as I have enough money to pay for my rental or my my ownership costs and everything, I don't really care. Cool. So we got to take care of that. Now let's go ahead and restart, and then get back in and go back to work. And rock on. So we're going to pull props back up. We'll go ahead and start engine number 2. We'll repeat the process. Engine number 1, excuse me. You can hear the spark. Actually, you know what? No. Let's go ahead and start FS Economy first. And there we go. We started. We are good. 7 assignments, yada, yada, yada. All good. Now, let's go ahead and start. And we get about 12. Because this is a turnaround flight. Come on, hit the button. There we go. All right, so we got that done. Off and off. And we'll go ahead and make sure that we have reset that. I may have to reset the other stuff. I don't know. Yep, darn it. There we go. I didn't screw up my flight plans or my things, so that's good. But you can hear the load. It just so we'll go to full power for the alternator or generator, sorry. And we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Now we're working off of that. We can get rid of that. And let's go ahead and start engine number 2. Introduce fuel. See, if I would have had the conditioner level at 50%, it's been my experience that the airplane would just bog itself down. And then we'll go ahead and get rid of that and that. And then hopefully this go back to normal. And they're all equalizing out, so we're good to go there. Again, that may not be the accurate way of doing it, but it works. All right, taxi lights, strobe lights I had already on, which I should have turned off. Okay. Looking good, looking good. Now what we need to do is pitch trim, because I have the pitch trim I need to reset. Rudder trim, we'll go ahead and reset. And now we need to go to our next victim. So they go over here in the GTN 750. Get rid of that one. And then we need to go to our next victim, which is going to be departing to... Where are we going? Oh, we're going to go back? It wants me to go back? No, it wants me to go to KJMS. Okay, so KJMS. Boom. 100 miles. Fine. Reset. I hear a blinky blinky in the Discord. And we'll take off from the grass runway again, because that's where the winds were most favorable. So we'll do that. And rock and roll. Again, scan everything, make sure everything is all okay. Yeah. Everything looks fine that I can tell. And then rock on. All right. Hopefully I'm going the right way. Yeah, beta here sounds really neat. I like it. I think it sounds neat in beta mode. When you're in beta mode. I think we're gonna have to back taxi down to take off. If I remember right. I think I'm going the right way. Aren't I going the right way? Yeah, I'm going the right way. Definitely, if you like this, definitely throw a like on the like button. I greatly appreciate it. Smash that like button. And there is that grass runway. I think I'm supposed to be on the other grass runway, not this one. think I went down the wrong one. I did. No, we're going to cut across the grass to the next grass runway. Watch this.
Okay.
I was supposed to be on this other grass runway, not that one. Oopsie. It's all grass anyway, right?
Sure, works for me.
Yeah. So much professionalism here. Just astounds me.
I try not to think of it.
Don't try to think about it. Line it up and let's go. All right. Flaps 1. And put our head between our legs and kiss our butt goodbye. Let's go. Make sure our lights are on. Strobes on. On.
Caution, on taxiway, on taxiway.
60 knots. V1. Positive rate.
Flaps up.
Flaps going up all the way.
Gear up.
Landing gear going up.
Flaps indicates up. Attitude checks up.
Autopilot on.
Autopilot on.
160 knot climb. 145 is our current altitude. We are going only 100 miles, so. And what is our direction? Our direction is going to be 12,500 feet. It's good enough for me. And we will keep our recognition lights on for safety. Oops, we want that on. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Take a look outside. Yep, everything looks fine. We got blinky blinkies. Very good. Over the wing, the right wing, left wing, back, right, back, left. All right. So we are rocking and rolling. Turnaround time is complete. Doing 1,300 or 3,300 feet per minute. And we're keeping our temperatures down. Which is really interesting is right now, if I wrap it out, look at the temperatures. It just rockets. Now I'm really jumping. And I did, as a test yesterday, I just firewalled it all the way up and just waited for it to blow up. And it never did. So I don't know what's up with that. Like right now I'm 5,000 feet. Or 5,600 feet per minute right now. So I don't know if that's something that they got to work on or what. But we'll get it back down to temperatures where they're supposed to be. I know you can get away with about 110, 120% on your torque for a little while, but not, not the insane thing to do. So airfoil labs may have to work on that. Or maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't know. And I did not get my coffee. So I am kind of dismayed. What I will probably do is once we get to level flight, I'll probably have to step away so I can go get my coffee. And my coffee maker's probably turned itself off now because it's been more than 2 hours. First world problems. Flying an airplane in your pajamas. Of course, that's better than not flying nothing at all, I guess. Depending on how you look at it. All right. We are at altitude. I'll start backing up our props. And our props are down to approximately where it needs to be. We do have a 22 knot headwind, so we're only doing 240 knots. We were up to 330 knots, something like that, on our previous flight, which is nice. But we're not going as far, so the time will end up being about the same. Because I'm already at 87 miles away, and so I'm already going to be descending pretty soon. Can I go get coffee now?
Well, all right. Because I'm going to do this.
You do the same thing? You get coffee too?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
You got to have coffee, man.
It goes without saying. Lifeblood.
Yeah, well, see, for the younger crowd, they go for the monsters and stuff. So for me, it's... Don't do the monsters anymore, so do more coffee instead. It's all the same. Okay, we're at 240 knots indicated. Everything looks good. I'm not seeing any fires, so we're good to go there. I'm going to minimize myself, which is the one thing you're not supposed to do when you're live streaming, is walk away from the live stream. But then people will stick around, so then that way they can see the fire and the come back to your airplane, and it's all gone. Anyway, I'll be right back, guys. Alrighty, back with cold coffee in hand. Yay me. So I was trying to get FS Economy to start pushing me back towards, Southern California and the West, because that's where all my orthos are. They're all in the West. They're not out here in the East. And unfortunately, with Aardvark, which is a utility, well, I need to share that. That's one thing. For those of you that don't know what it is, who do FS Economy, there is a utility called Aardvark that's supposed to, that works fairly well. And I'm not going to put in my key. I'm not going to use it right now. But here it is. You put in your user key that you get from FS Economy, and then it will actually, once you put in your user key, it'll actually automatically populate the airport that your airplane's currently at, and what airplanes you own will show up right here. And then from there, you can say how many routes or how many hops you want to do, and of course, it'll put in your username. And then you just hit Run Finder, and it will find the best routes for the most money for you at that particular moment in time that you do it. So for those of you who don't know what Aardvark Air is, and there is the link right there, FSE Aardvark, FSE-Aardvark-planner.co.uk, and this is the route planner section. You can go over to there's the main page right there that talks about it and yada yada yada. But the meat and potatoes is assignment search, or or a route planner, which is really cool. It's really a handy little tool. I highly recommend it. Matter of fact, I will post it in the chat, so then that way, for those of you that use FS Economy, you can grab it. At least I think you can grab it. Should be able to grab it. Sync heading.
Heading 235 degrees.
Alright, so we're good to go there. And we are 63 miles away. Okay, here's another airport that I'm not familiar with, so now I got to get information on it. Okay, runways. We got a 5,000 footer, and we've got a 6,000 foot, so we got a huge, well, all things relative. Alright, so now we need to go and put in our frequency. And when we get about 50 miles, 40 miles in, we'll start to populate. And tell us what runway we need to be at, or what the winds is, so I can decide which way I want to land. What airspace is this? Oh, we got a restricted airspace. 3,500 feet, so I should be below 3,500 feet, or I'll just go around that airspace if I want to keep it real. So I am going to skimmy. Well, you can't go through legally if you call them ahead, so we're just going to assume we called them ahead and they said, okay, fine, you can clear our airspace. So that's our story. We're going to stick to it, because you can go through restricted airspace as long as you get permission. And we got permission, so there you go. Oh yes, cold coffee. I'm a bitch about that.
Mine is hot and delicious.
Very good. I went hardcore. I didn't even bother to put any creamer in this one this time. This time I just whatever creamer's left over from the last one. So I'm doing it hardcore now.
Oh, and my coffee's good too.
You know, when I went to land, one thing I forgot to do is I forgot to turn off the yaw dampener on before landing, and I forgot to turn off prop sync. Now, if I can remember, I'll do it. I'll do that this time. The Airfoil Labs did a good job on this airplane, no doubt about it. I really like the walking around, putting gas in the gas tanks and all that sort of thing. I get geeked out on that sort of thing. I think that's cool.
Jamestown RGNL.
Oh, there we go.
Wind 250 at 20. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 1. Dew point -24. Altimeter 3018.
3018, so 25 at 20, huh? Boy, the winds are really whipping now here in the sim. Alright, we'll turn that off. So, 250 or something like that he said, right? No, he said 250?
Jamestown
Yeah,
RGNL
250.
weather.
Okay. 250. So, let's go back. And then we'll go over here, and then we'll go to runways 250. So, that means we'll be landing at runway 22. Simple enough. Now, we can go over here, runway 22. Let's see if we have a visual 22. We do. We'll load that. Now we're really going to make it easy for ourselves. 3,600 feet. And I need to start to descend. Altitude 3,500 feet.
Altitude 3,500 feet.
So let plane command. Actually, am I going straight in? Yeah, I'm actually going straight in. Hot diggity darn. I'm actually going to get to go straight in. Very cool. I just need to get my butt on the ground though. Back off on my power. Get my props up. Get some resistance. Get this damn airplane on.
As long as it's in one piece and we can walk away, it's not a problem.
Yeah, for sure. Because I don't know if I'm going to make it because this airplane loves to glide. This here. Yeah, see, I just had to. Autopilot disconnected on me. Or I hit the disconnect switch. See, this is where I wish this airplane had speed brakes.
You just had to plan ahead, that's all.
Yeah, well, I didn't plan ahead enough. That's the problem with this one. I didn't plan ahead enough.
Yeah, my flight yesterday in the DC-3, ATIS actually gave me 2 runways to choose from.
Oh, very nice.
On my approach, and I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, good enough for me. I'll take it. Now at the 3 nautical mile spot, what's my altitude supposed to be? 2,500 feet. Okay. Well, I'll be there way before that, so I can actually back off on my descent. We'll go to 1,500 feet per minute for now. And if I have to nosedive it, then I'll nosedive it. Uh-oh, now we're in the restricted airspace. We are in trouble now. That's just telling me that I'm in the restricted airspace. Okay. I am going to buy, eventually, when I can afford it, the new, from what I'm seeing so far, of the new throttle quadrant that Honeycomb Aeronautics, or whatever they call themselves. Is it Honeycomb Aeronautics? Yeah, I think it is. That they're making is looking pretty nice too. And it's like, ooh, I want that. And that's another $240. So $249. So I don't know. Poor people have poor ways. Oh, I just noticed that my my fictitious green screen thing is acting up right now. I'm see the back of my chair a little bit, all kinds of weird stuff.
It usually happens with mine when I'm like moving my hands around and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm moving my hands right now and you can see it. Oh well. That's the way it goes, man.
Jawohl.
Still descending at 1,500 feet per minute. We're at 200 knots. we're going to be way before 2,500 feet. So I'm going to back it off here a little bit. What do they call that? Piss poor planning makes piss poor performance, or I forgot what the saying was, but that's solo swings. Yeah, we're going to be way early at 20. We're going to be skimming 2,500 feet for a while. I descended too soon. Here, let me get the speed up above 200 knots. That'll make that little bar go out a little ways. Also, the reality, what do you call this thing? The reality, Realistic Pro, that's been having some trouble too. That one, you know, according to the forums, it's just your head bobbing, you know, moving around when you're in winds and stuff. That's been, but everything else is fine. All the sounds sound fine. So, but this is cool. This is good. I like this. All the stuff I've collected over time. A little here, a little there. Well, to be honest with you, I was expecting when I hit the approach button that it was going to turn the aircraft and line up with the approach, but it said no. So we're gonna have to do it ourselves. Maybe we're too early. That could be the reason. So I'll just line it up myself. Back off on my speed a little bit here. I'm keeping my eye on the GTN here. Oh, we got some. Oh yeah, I see them. I just noticed that we had some wind turbines, and then I look over here, and there they all are. Whole bunches of them out there. And we're also getting some clouds too. Well, we're way early, but at least we're at where we need to be. So when we do cross the threshold of 3 mile, that we'll be all set and ready to go on that regard. Even though I did it way too early.
$1,000 feet to minimums.
Don't run into the wind turbines. Yeah, we're about 1,200 feet above the ground. 1,000. We're gonna be about 1,000, a little over 1,000 feet above the ground. Okay, now I told it to activate the approach, and there it is. That should turn the airplane back off of my power. Turn airplane, there you go. Turn for me, please. As long as we're set. We're gonna make it. Those are so far out, I was trying to keep my speed about 160 knots. So we are 8 miles away. November 502 Delta Mike is 8 miles. 8 mile final for runway 22. I don't know who this is. Cook was the last one. Who's this one? Okay. It would be Jamestown traffic. Okay. And I actually see a runway way out there, and I'm also over speeding too, a little bit, but 200 knots already. We're all set and ready, so it should, when you get to the 3 mile final, it should automatically take over. And actually, it should take me all the way to the ground if I want to.
That's cheating.
I know. But if you can do it in the real world, why not here? I don't know if you can do it in the real world or not, to be honest. You probably
In
can't.
some aircraft you can.
Mm-hmm.
Flaps up.
Flaps up, flaps down. Should grab GPS should grab here in a second. If not, I'll have to take over. I'm having a sneaky hunch I'm gonna have to take over. Yep. Autopilot off.
Autopilot off.
So, I'll land it myself. Because I am way too high.
Too high. Too high.
To minimums.
It's alright. I got it. I got this.
Approaching. 2.
I won't land on the numbers, but I'll...
200 feet to minimums.
Too high. Too high.
100 feet to minimums.
Unstable. Unstable.
Minimums.
Boy, I had a great shot for the taxiway, though.
100 feet. 50 feet.
Whoa!
5,000 feet remaining.
Oh, that wasn't a good landing.
4,000 remaining. Caution, on taxiway, on taxiway.
That was nasty. I got it on the ground, but still, that was nasty.
Man, were you fast coming in.
Yeah, 136 knots. And also look
Very
at the
good flare, though. Okay.
yeah, whatever. But you notice where the sock is? No wonder I was having a hard time. Ada's told me one thing, but the sock shows me another.
Yep. That's not unusual.
We'll just park it right here. Brake set. Back off on the and repeat process as before. Shut off engine number 2. Generator off. And then I will get that GPU plugged in. Do have power. Very good. Generator off for engine number 1 and kill engine number 1. And mission accomplished there. Very, very good. And I didn't land with my landing lights on, and I forgot to... What else did I forget to do? Did I turn off my yaw dampener? No, I forgot to turn off my yaw dampener. See? I need to fly this airplane more. Get into the rhythm, get into the routine. Stinking checklist. Yeah, see, 25 frames. I don't know how it looks on your... when I'm looking down here, it goes up to almost 30.
Actually, it's been looking fine on the stream.
Has it? Okay, good. Good, good. Very good. Very, very good. All right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself something to eat. So I'm going to go ahead and end this stream, and I'll probably restream later again. Because we're coming up on 2 hours anyway, so I don't want to torture my audience any more than necessary. I definitely appreciate you guys watching, and the people in the future that watch after the fact. Definitely like, subscribe, and that sort of stuff. And I definitely appreciate, guys coming out. Hey, it's cool. I greatly appreciate anything I can get. Anything I can do to entertain you guys in this time of craziness that we're living in here in the real world. And nice little escape to just go fly and have some fun. So catch you guys next time, and we'll do this all over again. Take care, guys. Bye.